Chapter 235. Wanted all the way. Brother, I've also advanced to the quasi-invincible realm. Little Gold was filled with excitement as he finally broke through the quasi-invincible realm. In one fell swoop, this time in seclusion, the same as Kangchon. With the talent of berserking, even if Kangchon wanted to defeat Little Gold now, it would still take a lot of effort. Not bad, work hard. Kangchon smiled and patted Little Gold's head. He was also happy. Little Gold's increased strength was equivalent to him having an additional powerful helper. What about you? After Kangchon and Little Gold were happy, his eyes looked towards Fan Xin. His talent was not weaker than Little Gold's. He should have broken through the quasi-invincible realm as well. Unexpectedly, Fan Xin had a bitter face at the moment, suffering a considerable blow. He smiled bitterly and said, "I'm still at the peak of the imperial level." Kangchon and Xiaojing couldn't help but be stunned at his words. But they immediately figured out that although Brahma Xin had similarly comprehended quite a few things this time, he still hadn't broken through the quasi-invincible realm. However, Brahma Heart was now not far from quasi-invincible, and he felt that within a few short days or a month, he would definitely be able to break through to the quasi-invincible realm. If there were no accidents, they would immediately become 3 quasi-invincible powerhouses, and in the battlefield of this Earth city, they would be able to completely sweep away all opponents. After Little Gold and Brahma's Heart emerged from the gate, Kangchon felt that there was no need to continue staying in this stronghold, and they immediately left quietly, heading in the direction of the City of Heaven. Despite already knowing the direction of the next stronghold, this time, Kangchon's trio still didn't go there, but instead, just like when they had just departed from the City of Earth, they directly traveled in a straight line towards the City of Heaven. Of course, it wasn't that Kangchon was an idiot, but rather, the 3 of them were all quasi-invincible powerhouses now. And with the 3 of them joining forces, they could completely be fearless of the ferocious beasts that surrounded them at night. If Kangchon was alone, it might have been a bit of a struggle. But now that there were 2 more quasi-invincible powerhouses, Brahma Heart and Little Gold, it was naturally much easier for him. 7 days after the 3 of them had left the stronghold, Fan Xin had successfully broken through to the quasi-invincible level. With the strength of 3 quasi-invincible powerhouses, Kangchon's trio traveled in a straight line to the City of Heaven at a very high speed. Compared to those strongholds that went around and around, traveling straight like this was indeed much faster, with many fewer journeys. Brother, are we going to keep traveling to the City of Heaven like this? Little Gold asked curiously. After a few months of traveling on foot, they were getting closer and closer to the City of Heaven, and at their current speed, it wouldn't take more than a month for them to make it to the City of Heaven. Now brother, there is a stronghold not far ahead. Should we go in and take a look? Fan Xin said. He remembered very clearly, not far ahead, towered the last stronghold of the City of Earth. Go in and take a look. Perhaps the last part of the road isn't that good, Kangchon mused. After having suffered a loss, he was now more and more wary of the spirit sealing space, and the closer he got to the City of Heaven, the more cautious he became. Who knew what great terrors would be found in the last section of the road? Fan Xin and Little Gold had no opinion, and the 3 of them immediately rushed towards the last stronghold of this City of Earth. And at this moment, in the sky above the original stronghold that was occupied by the Heavenly Dragon Gang, there suddenly came a young man wearing golden robes. His eyes flickered with golden light, and his stern eyes were as cold as a blade, shooting out a merciless light. This youth in golden robes just floated in the air with his hands behind his back, attracting all the cultivators in the small town to watch. Goodness, I didn't blink, did I? This person is actually floating in the air. A young cultivator rubbed his eyes, his face full of disbelief. No, invincible level. Only invincible level powerhouses can fly in the middle of the spirit sealing space. This was the shocked cry of an emperor-ranked powerhouse, who was filled with horror at the moment. As everyone knew, one was not allowed to use true essence in the spirit sealing space, and could only rely on one's physical body. And the only way for a physical body to fly was to reach the invincible level. Invincible, another invincible. When did the Earth City battlefield have so many invincible powerhouses? In the midst of the crowd, the Black Demon King and the 100 Changes King at each other, their faces filled with helplessness. Kang Chon had only left a short while ago, and another invincible level powerhouse had arrived. This caused their confidence to suffer a blow. Heavenly Dragon Emperor and Earthly Dragon Emperor, don't get out of here yet. A loud voice rang out as the peerless level powerhouse in the sky yelled at the small city below, his voice filled with rage. Huh, who is this peerless powerhouse? Doesn't he know that the Heavenly Dragon Emperor and the Earthly Dragon Emperor have been dead for a long time? A cultivator said suspiciously, "Why do I look somewhat familiar, as if I've seen him somewhere before?" An Emperor-level cultivator fell into deep thought. "It's him, Chon Long, the leader of the Chon Long gang. I've seen him once. I didn't realize that he had really broken through to the invincible realm." Another Imperial-ranked powerhouse next to him suddenly exclaimed in shock, his eyes filled with shock. His words were immediately spread out, causing a stir as the crowd was shocked that the Heavenly Dragon Gang's gang leader had actually broken through the invincible realm and returned strong. It was a pity that the Heavenly Dragon Emperor and the Earthly Dragon Emperor had already been killed long ago. I really don't know if he will be angry later on. A wave of worry ran through the hearts of the crowd. "Gang Master, is it really you?" At this moment, an Imperial-level powerhouse among the crowd shouted excitedly, both shock and excitement in his eyes. "Feng Yi, where are those two bastards, the Heavenly Dragon Emperor and the Earthly Dragon Emperor? The city gates are surprisingly not guarded by a single person. This seat has only been away for a half a year. Is this how you manage the stronghold?" The leader of the Heavenly Dragon Gang, also known as the Heavenly Dragon, slowly descended down at this moment, looking down at the Imperial-level powerhouse with an agitated face and chastising him coldly. The person in front of him was called Frontier Wing, a member of the Heavenly Dragon Gang, and because he was an Emperor-ranked powerhouse, Heavenly Dragon remembered. Reporting to the Gangmaster, "The Heavenly Dragon Emperor and Lord Earth Dragon Emperor are dead. You must avenge their deaths," Frontal Wing said, almost in tears. "Dead?" The Heavenly Dragon was stunned at his words, and then his anger shot up as he grimaced, and with a voice squeezed out from between his teeth, he asked morosely, "Who is it? Who killed them? How long has it been?" This was the first time someone had dared to provoke him, Chon Long, like this. In the middle of the small city, Sky Dragon sank his face and inquired about the murderer who had killed the Heavenly Dragon Emperor and the Earthly Dragon Emperor. Unfortunately, the Kangcheon trio had not communicated their names since the beginning, and the people in the city only remembered their appearance, so how would they know their names? Whoever can tell this seat their names will be rewarded with 10 Imperial Great Hearts. After questioning all the remaining Heavenly Dragon Gang personnel, the angry Heavenly Dragon issued a shocking reward to the entire small city. Heavy rewards would be rewarded, and as expected, that very night, Chon Long received news of the names of Kangcheon's trio. The source of these news naturally came from amongst the group of people brought by the Black Demon King, and they were the only ones who knew Kangcheon, as the battle in which Kangcheon killed the Hegemony King had long since become famous throughout the entire city of Earth. Hegemony King, HMPH. Chon Long snorted coldly, and the portrait in his hand burst into flames, vaguely seeing a purple-robed youth come to life on it. That night, after killing that Imperial-level ferocious beast that attacked the city, Chon Long rose up in the air and headed in the direction of the city of heaven ********. Everyone watching this scene knew that Chon Long was going to take revenge. A group of Sky Dragon Gang remnants were very excited, They had once again occupied this stronghold. No one dared to resist them. Even those Emperor-level powerhouses, all of them shrunk their heads and didn't dare to offend anyone from the Sky Dragon Gang. Having an invincible level gang leader, now the Heavenly Dragon Gang could completely walk horizontally. In the battlefield of Earthly City, even in Heavenly City, there was still a place for them, including the Black Demon King and the 100 Changes King. They didn't dare to offend the people of the Heavenly Dragon Gang at this time, and they left this stronghold the next day and continued towards the City of Heaven. It was just that the Black Demon King and the others didn't know that the next stronghold they were about to reach had long since boiled over because of Chonlong. After leaving this stronghold, Chonlong then followed the direction of the City of Heaven and arrived at the next stronghold. Like earlier, many cultivators all looked shocked when they saw the Heavenly Dragon floating in the air. The occupier of that stronghold was also a quasi-invincible powerhouse and was also acquainted with Chonlong. At this moment, when he saw Chonlong break through the invincible level and arrive, he hurriedly greeted him. Congratulations to Brother Chonlong on his promotion to invincibility. From now on, the Spirit Sealing Space will have another world-defying powerhouse. The occupier of this stronghold was a quasi-invincible powerhouse named Renhuo. At this moment, he was all smiles as he cordially invited Chonlong into a luxurious mansion. Many people in the stronghold stared at this scene in a daze. Peerless powerhouses. This was the first time they had seen one. They were suddenly excited and thrilled. Renhuo, have you seen these three people? In the middle of the mansion, Chonlong immediately took out the portraits of Kang Chon's three people and placed them in front of Renhuo, asking with a gloomy face. Renhuo saw that Chonlong's face was not right and guessed that these three people must have offended Chonlong, so he immediately looked at them carefully. A monkey, a bald head, and a purple-robed youth. What a strange combination. Renhuo couldn't help but be surprised after looking at the three portraits. The combination of Kang Chon's trio was indeed striking. How? Tianlong's gaze was fixed on Renhuo. Renhuo carefully looked at it again and pondered for a moment, then shook his head. These three people are very distinctive. If I have seen them, I will definitely not forget them. They are definitely not in this stronghold. Chonlong nodded at his words. He believed that Renhuo would not lie to him. Brother Chonlong, do these three people have any grudges against you? Renhuo was curious. They killed the Heavenly Dragon Emperor and the Earth Dragon Emperor. The Heavenly Dragon snorted coldly. Renhuo suddenly realized that it was no wonder the Heavenly Dragon was so angry. Having just broken through to the invincible level, he came after them. He had also met the Heavenly Dragon Emperor and the Earthly Dragon Emperor. They were the right and left hands of the Heavenly Dragon and were deeply valued by the Heavenly Dragon. Brother Chonlong, I will post their portraits in the stronghold. As soon as I spot them, I will notify you immediately. Renhuo assured to that Chonlong, who had already reached the invincible realm, was the one he desperately wanted to appease. Chonlong nodded and then left, continuing on to the next stronghold. Since invincible level powerhouses could fly, Chonlong's speed was very fast. He searched for Kang Chon and the others one stronghold at a time, and finished running through all the remaining strongholds in just a few days. As a peerless level powerhouse, Chonlong was now walking horizontally in the Earth City battlefield. None of the leaders of the strongholds dared to mess with him, and one by one, they obediently posted the portraits of Kang Chon's trio and wanted them. With this wanted all the way from Chonlong, the entire battlefield of the City of Earth was abuzz, and many people were curious about the origins of Kang Chon's trio, that they had provoked an invincible powerhouse to be wanted all the way. It was just that what made many people puzzled was that the figure of Kang Chon's trio had not appeared since the beginning, as if they had evaporated from the earth. It was Chonlong who was also very strange. Could it be that the Kang Chon trio didn't stay in these strongholds? In fact, he guessed correctly. Ever since leaving the stronghold occupied by the Heavenly Dragon Gang, Kang Chon's trio had traveled all the way towards Heaven's City in a straight line and did not stop at any of the strongholds. Because of this, even after Chonlong ran through all the remaining strongholds, he did not find the figure of Kang Chon's trio. Helplessly, Chonlong returned to his stronghold and waited for news to come in from the other strongholds, so that as long as Kang Chon and the others arrived at any of the strongholds, he would be able to learn about it immediately. Brother, look, that small city in front is the last stronghold. It won't be long before we arrive at the city of heaven. Little Gold excitedly pointed at the small city far ahead and said,